Part 3 of the geometry series is about using the stacking and alignment tools in the Omegaconsole. The tools here, not enabled now, but will be in short order. Let's go through some terminology first, which hopefully will make it easier to explain what is going on. So let's select this part here. We will refer to the coordinates of the top left corner of a part x, y, and the bottom right corner as x2, y2, and the middle one as x center, y center. Now let's select these three parts here and notice that these buttons are now enabled. These buttons are enabled when there is more than one part selected. Also remember that the magenta selection is the active selection. We can cycle through the active selection with the page up and down key. So if I do this, I can just cycle and make whichever part I want to be the active selection. Now let's use this left alignment button here, which essentially makes the x value of these parts here equal the x value of the active part. So if I go and click on it, these two sides move, and now their x value is equal to this x here. Similarly, the align right, this button here, does the same thing but for the x2 dimension. So if I click on this, now the x2 here is equal to the x2 here. The top and bottom alignments work in a similar fashion. This is the top alignment, this is the bottom alignment. You can actually tell by looking at the icon what it says. It says that the y value of these two parts should equal to the y value of the active part. Let's get rid of this selection here. Remember, when you press the control key and click on the boundary here, this gets deselected. Let's also add this as a selection. So now I want to cycle through these selections and make this guy here the active selection. So I use the page down. Okay, now this is the active. Now if I click on the top alignment tool, see what happens is that all these two parts here moved, and their y value now equal to the y value of this part here. I can also do the same thing for the y2, which is this one here, the bottom alignment. Now I want to use the x center alignment and the y center alignment. But first I want to select this part here and add to the selection by holding down the control key and clicking on the boundary, this part here. So now when I go and click on the y center alignment, now this y center will equal to this y center. And if I come here again and press on the x center, then this x center will equal to this x center. So let's click on this one here and just notice the values here. If I go click here, they are exactly the same.